Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Matt Porter, Chief Tasting Officer, Master Blender for Barrel King here to tell you about the February releases for Barrel King Gold members. If you're not a Barrel King Gold member, shame on you. You are missing out on some extremely fantabulous whiskey each and every month. But since forgiveness is a theme this month, you're totally forgiven. All you gotta do is click on the link in the description below, head on over to barrelking.com, sign up for your gold membership, and you'll have access to all the new blends every single month. And maybe even some old school blends that we pull from the vault. Speaking of this vault that I honestly have no idea whether or not it actually exists physically, probably not, but if it does, hopefully I mind my P's and Q's so I don't get locked up in it. Speaking of the vault, Jared and Rachel decided to open it up for February, so you Barrel King Gold members who missed out on some older batches or wanted a backup of a previous batch, I'm here to tell you that there are some prior batches you may be able to sniz at. You may be able to grab some older ones. And although I don't know the batches being released from the vault, I do know about this bottle, which is Matt Bunch's fault. This is batch 123, called the Midnight Brambler. It's 114.2 proof and is wearing the beautiful Barrel King Straight American Whiskey label. Look at it go down the runway. It's like the Heidi Klum of Barrel King labels. Originally, this was not going to be wearing an American whiskey label, no. Originally, this blend was going to be draped in the straight bourbon whiskey label. And then came along Bunch. Friggin' Bunch! Remember how I said that forgiveness was the theme for February? That's so because Bunch got himself into a situation very hairy. See, what had happened was Jared, the Barrel King himself, the Mr. Beast of Bourbon, that's what I call him the Mr. Beast of Bourbon, was tasting and blending and concocting an 8 and 9-year-old Green River bourbon blend from Rick House G, and he was gonna call that bourbon blend G-Spot. And I'm gonna stop you before you interrupt me. Stop! I don't like being interrupted. I know what you're gonna say. Matt, there was a G-Spot blend from Jared. What the heck are you talking about? This is where Bunch comes in. Jared's all, we'll take this barrel of friggin' bourbon, we'll take this barrel of friggin' bourbon, we'll take this 9-year barrel of friggin' G-Spot bourbon, and we'll tank them all up into this beautiful, delicious Green River bourbon blend that's sure to make the whole crowd go wild. So Matt Bunch, the distillery manager, was all, hey Jared, want me to dump those barrels into the tank for you, friend? And Jared was all, absolutely, Matt Bunch, but don't call me friend because you're about to royally screw this up and you don't even know it. Bunch got on the fork truck and he was all just picking up pallets and picking up barrels and dumping the ones that Jared picked into the tank, just like any other day at Barrel King. Bunch killing it and doing his job until he realized he made a bad mistake. I never got a chance to taste this, but apparently we had an epic Green River 95.5 rye barrel that was either one of or the oldest rye barrel that Green River ever distilled. It was a 9-year 95.5 that apparently was like one hell of a barrel. A barrel set aside for a special project. And not anyone's project, but the Mr. Beast of Bourbon himself. The Barrel King, Jared's barrel. And Bunch just dumped it. Oh, friggin' Bunch. Long story long, I wasn't there to see the aftermath. I didn't get to see that, I'm only hearing about it recently. But sometimes in the bourbon world, we have what we like to call happy accidents. And upon blending that rye barrel into the already blended batch of delicious 8 and 9-year G-Spot Green River bourbon, this is the result of that rye barrel being dumped. Batch 123, or as I like to call it, Midnight Scramble, as friggin' Bunch scrambles to find himself a new job. It's not funny. So this was blended by Jared and then modified by Bunch. It's the first ever 8 and 9-year-old Green River Bourye to come out of Bourbon, Missouri. Giving batch 123 a bit of an SJ, a bit of a swirl job, bit of a spin job, bit of a screw up job. Friggin' Bunch. Color is gorgeous. Color is beautiful. And the nose is awesome. Oh my word. It's funny, there's only one barrel of rye in this Bourye blend, but when you smell it, you go, wow, that must have been one hell of a barrel that Bunch dumped, because these epically awesome aged rye notes just loft out of the glass and into your nose. Oh yeah. It smells like the Wily Wallaby Huckleberry licorice. You know what I'm talking about? It's the Australian red licorice. You can get it at, you know, your grocer's candy section, or even at Dollar Tree. You can get them for like $1. But it's the Wily Wallaby Australian licorice, but it's the huckleberry flavor. Yeah. It smells like somebody was storing several thousand bags of that Wily Wallaby huckleberry licorice inside of an old, awesome friggin' bourbon rickhouse. There are some cola notes on the nose. There are some floral notes on the nose. The nose has this beautiful choreographed dance where sweet and spicy are coming together in an epic music video. If you've ever stepped foot inside of an old rickhouse, there's a ton of those old rickhouse notes coming out of the nose. It smells like history in a glass. Every time I go back to the nose, it's changing though. The nose shifts between sweet bourbon and spicy rye. The rickhouse notes are very apparent, but then we're getting these purple fruits, this carbonated soda, a really sweet cream pie filling, or like if you were making homemade caramel. Whoa, that is one heck of a ride. Wow. Batch 123 is a very big whiskey. It's bold, it's bright in certain spots, really dark in other spots. From the front of the palate to the back of the palate, it's like this really crazy wave pool that kind of takes you a second to wrap your head around. Second sip. Second sip is mellowed out a little bit. It's a little bit more tamed. Whoa. Holy second wave, Batman. The flavors are coming in bunches. The old rickhouse notes that were on the nose come through on the palate, along with a wave of rye spice, hefty dose of barrel char, and that huckleberry licorice note that was on the nose is now more of like a natural fruit. The mouthfeel on here and the tasting experience, the palate movement is really unique. It kind of sits on the lower half of the mouth. Like if this were a sink line, it fills all the way up to the top of the sink and then overflows back into your jowls, like, you know, on the outside of your teeth. It almost feels carbonated. It has this effervescence to it. Effervescence. It feels a little bubbly. It feels a little bubbly in your mouth. A really nice sensation. I do not know what Jared's plan was for that really old Green River rye barrel. I don't know what he planned to do with it, but I think Bunch might have just taken control and did it on purpose. I think he blended it on purpose because he knew how good it was gonna be. And he knew Jared would tell him no, but he was like, you know what? I don't take shit from nobody, and I don't take no for an answer. So he blended the rye into the bourbon, knowing that Jared would like it, knowing Jared would love it. He knew he'd be mad, but he knew he'd forgive him. Turns out I'm not quite sure Jared has forgiven him yet, but all in due time. I think the Bunch knew what he was doing and then played stupid. I think Bunch played a little coy. I think Bunch dumped the rye on purpose because it's fantastic. That Bunch has got moxie. And this Bourye rocks my friggin' socksy. Batch 123? Hell yeah. Oh, I friggin' love this. Bunch, way to screw things up in the best possible way. If you're not a Barrel King Gold member, like I said, click on the link in the description below. Head on over to barrelking.com. sign up for your gold membership. You're not locked into anything. You can cancel at any time. But if you love the same type of whiskey I love, then I'm pretty sure you'll kick yourself in the behind for not becoming a gold member sooner. That's gonna do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. Leave a comment down below. What's the biggest happy accident that's happened to you? Have you ever screwed up real bad, but something good came of it? Make Matt Bunch feel better in the comment section. Oh my gosh.